what is up, you sexy ass motherfuckers? Welcome back to yet another Total War League Siege Rome 2 Total War battle. In this one, this is going to be the second part of the Gallici Corvi versus Comrades in Arms group stage battles. If you guys haven't seen the first part, the link will be located down in the description below, and if I'm smart enough to remember to put it in the video as well, the link should either be in the top left or top right hand corner of the video about now. Guys, if you like this video at all, make sure to hit that like button. If you love this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's going to be Gallici Corvi on the defense and Comrades in Arms on the attack, and this video is going to be a doozy. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks, jerk off a quick one, call your grandmother and tell her that you love her, preferably not while you're jerking off a quick one, and I will see you on the battlefield. Alrighty guys, as is tradition, let's go ahead and look at the attacking forces first. Over here we've got Bactria bringing in plenty of thorax swordsmen. I see 4 here on the front line, and it looks like 4 more in the back line, maxing them out and bringing as many as they possibly can. As far as range capabilities, we've got a few units of mercenary Syrian archers, a Bactrian Peltis, and some Persian light archers as well. Also bringing some Hillmen and some of those Thoreos spears, a very deadly unit that can get a lot, and I mean a lot of kills if they are used correctly. And as far as their general goes, they are not going to be going for a cavalry general. They are going to be bringing the Bactrian Royal Guard, which is going to be a really cool unit to see. And, of course, we've got a Greek heavy onager being brought by Nervii, the second faction playing on the attack. This onager is going ahead and shooting at the wall, trying to cause a breach point, and hopefully make it a little bit easier for the attackers to be able to attack this wall. Hold on just a minute. Instead of regular archers, Pontus is going to be bringing 4 units of mercenary Scythian horse archers. Holy shit. Okay, I did not expect this at all. This is very exciting. We got 4 units of mercenary Scythian horse archers going around to be able to harass their opponents and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Bactria quickly turning around their archers to be able to try and focus fire on these horse archers. If they can take them out, then that would be huge for the attacking forces. Looking over at the other army, though, we've got Nervii bringing in a lot of Celtic warriors. We've got a unit of fierce swords. Yeah, so it looks like we've got a couple of units of Oathsworn. So we've got 2 units of Oathsworn, Celtic warriors, some fierce swords, and then, of course, we've got our 4 units of archers, which are... Oh, they're not hidden. We got our 4 units. Oh, it's because we're viewing it from the attacker's standpoint so we can see them. But we got 4 units of Gallic hunters and then 1 unit of Celtic youths. Give me 1 second. Let me take a drink real quick, guys, while we enjoy this epic horse archer fight. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, we've got the archers just circling around the main armies, harassing them, teasing them, looking for a good opportunity to let loose their arrows and cause some absolute havoc and devastation into this army. Looking at the 2 defenders' armies, we can't see their army comps because this replay was saved by the attacker's viewpoint, but looking at the 2 armies, we've got Pontus, my personal favorite faction in this game. I mean, look at these horse archers, too. They look really, really cool with their little penis hats, dude. It is perfect. It is beautiful. And we do have Lusitani. We've got a unit, an Iberian Scorpion unit up here set up on the wall, ready to shoot. A great position from them. If they can shoot over this wall, they can potentially do a lot of damage to any forces outside of the wall, get a lot of kills, and harass the enemies like crazy. And then we can also see a unit of Iberian Slingers. Always a good unit to see on the battlefield. Hopefully they'll be able to utilize all of their ammo and get a lot of kills. Over here, we've got the Gallic Hunters quickly moving into a better position to try and get some volleys off on these mercenary Scythian horse archers. Try to get as many kills as they can and get them off the battlefield. Again, I'm really surprised that Pontus decided to bring 4 units of Scythian horse archers. That is crazy, but you love to see it. Oh my goodness, just the creativity of this battle is going to be insane. I'm rooting for the horse archers. I'm definitely rooting for the horse archers. I'm hoping that they can get a lot of kills. They are forcing the attackers to be able to form a semi-square formation to be able to defend their flanks and defend themselves from any of the archers, but they are beginning to move up as well. We've got 2 units of Oathsworn. I wonder if they're going to drop them off or if they're going to continue to hold them up or move them up to be able to try and defend them. 2 units of Oathsworn moving up in the towers and the rest of the towers being pushed by Celtic warriors. We also have 4 units of Thorax swordsmen moving up to the front line, getting ready to move into the settlement and try and cause as much damage as they possibly can. The archers from Bactria are deciding to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Watch their men move up to be able to make sure that they won't die instantly as soon as they move up to that front wall, letting the Thorax swordsman kind of take the scare out of this movement, out of this forward movement. But it looks like the Thorax swordsmen are going to go ahead and start forming up in a column formation and get ready to charge into the settlement and try to get as many kills as possible. Now we're starting to see some units come out of the shadows, some hidden units that were crouching down come out. We've got a couple of units of Hillmen here on the front line and a unit of Scrutarii Spearmen. These guys are very light. They're not great, but the Hillmen do have the opportunity to be able to utilize their ammo to the best of their ability. As long as they can use up all of their ammo, they can rack up a decent amount of kills. We've also got Scorpions firing into this blob of troops, just trying to get as many kills as they can. A really good target for the Scorpion because they should be able to rack up a decent amount of kills, especially because they are clumping up so much. We've got Thorax swordsmen on top of Celtic warriors, so if the shot... Ooh, sorry about that, guys. Yikes. If the shot hits perfectly, it's going to hit these Celtic warriors and the Thorax swordsmen at the same time and just cause a lot of damage. It looks like they are focusing the Thorax swordsmen in front right now, but if that... It looks like it's actually going through the Thorax swordsmen and into the Celtic warriors behind them, so they're racking up double the amount of kills. Now we've got this unit of Thorax swordsmen charging in and getting met by a mouthful of Pila. Oh my goodness, we've got Pontic swordsmen close behind to be able to try and swap with the Hillmen, try to get in there and get as many kills as possible. And we've got plenty of Pontic swordsmen in the fray and ready to be able to push in and just get as many kills as they possibly can. Some great side shooting from the Hillmen as they're being charged. The Hillmen are being able to shoot directly into the side of these Thorax swordsmen. It is on the shield side, but it's Pila. At this point, they just want to try to get as much of their ammunition in as they possibly can. Over on the hill, we do have a unit of Balearic ballsack slingers on the hill to be able to fire down into some of these troops, into some of these Celtic warriors and Thorax swordsmen, and get as many kills as they possibly can. We've got the Hillmen starting to break, so the Pontic swords are going to trade with them, charge directly into this semi-weakened Thorax swordsmen, and with the support of the tower and the slingers, they should be able to rack up a decent amount of kills, and you can see that we have even more Pontic swordsmen moving up as well. Over on this side, we've got the horse archers getting a couple of kills. It looks like they've been harassing their opponents. They're just moving up to be able to try and get some shots in on these archers. If they can take out these archers, that's going to be a major threat that they no longer have to deal with. So this is going to be amazing to see. Now we got the archers starting to shoot into the Gallic hunters and wreak havoc on these guys, keeping them from being able to fire into the settlement. The Gallic hunters are going to quickly turn around and start to try to get some fire. Where are they shooting? Wait, what happened over here? Wait, what is this? We got a unit of Cappadocian cavalry trying to use the spread outness of some of these troops to be able to charge in and try to get as many kills as possible. They were trying to get into some of the archers, the unit of Bactrian mercenary Syrian archers, but they have been caught out by a couple of units of Celtic warriors as well as an Oathsworn. Lucky for the attackers, they were paying attention and they are able to defend their archers. The Cappadocian cavalry is going to quickly try to get out of there, but with how many men left? 36 men and going down. They're going to go ahead and turn around and try to charge right back in, but they're going to try to get the hell out of Dodge. Hopefully they're going to be able to save what little is left of that cavalry, because that cavalry can certainly still do some work. Well done on defending your flanks and defending your archers, though, defenders. They are being harassed by the cavalry. The cavalry, wow, the cavalry actually took a lot of damage there. 44 out of 80 men remaining with 0 kills on these Scythian horse archers. They got to be extra careful about them. A hit and run strategy is required. The Scythian, sorry guys, I don't mean to yawn. I am just exhausted. It's been a really, really long, busy day and a really long start to your week, or start to the week. As of today, it is Tuesday, but it has been extremely busy. So hopefully I'll wake up here a little bit. I haven't had my second cup of coffee yet. But looking over at the front lines too, the Scrutarii are actually still alive. It looks like they're doing a great job of getting a lot of kills over on this side, especially with the angle that these Balearic slingers have. We've got some troops being pushed up onto the walls to try to get around some of these troops, so these Pontic swordsmen and some of these spearmen as well. Pontus is going to have to quickly move up some more of their troops here soon if they want to continue to hold this front line. This unit of Thorax swordsmen with 104 kills are starting to break. They have broken, they have shattered. Well done by the Pontic swordsmen, having 90 kills so far and continuing to hold, while the Pontic swordsman behind them shoots into the flank and tries to use up all of their ammo, if at all possible. Now we've got the slingers starting to fire into the Celtic warriors that are being dropped off from the towers and engaging with the Scrutarii spearmen, trying to finish off the job that their brothers and sisters couldn't finish off from before. Trying to do whatever they can to push back this front line, but between the fire from the Pontic swordsmen and the Balearic slinger fire, it is looking rough for these Celtic warriors. We got another unit of Celtic warriors coming in from the right side if you're looking at it from the attackers, left side if you're looking at it from the defenders, trying to support their troops and pin down these Pontic swordsmen, keep them from being able to fire, along with some supporting fire from this Greek giant ballista going into these Pontic swordsmen. They are clumped up. They have 2 Pontic swordsmen inside of each other. That sounded extremely sexual and extremely dirty, and you know that I meant it, baby. But, yeah, these two Pontic swordsmen are actually, like, inside of one another. So that artillery fire is a great use of artillery, because they're going to be able to get double the kills if they hit this location, because they're so clumped up. Pontus has to be careful about that too, because not all of these soldiers are going to be fighting. You got a lot of soldiers in the back that are sitting back relaxing, and he is going to go ahead and pull back one of his Pontic swordsmen, but yeah, they're going to get tired if you continue to get both of them in there, and they're not going to be able to do as much in the future. Now we've got another unit of Balearic slingers over here on the side to be able to get a great side angle over on these Celtic swordsmen and Thorax swordsmen. The Thorax swordsmen are going to go quickly get on the wall to be able to try and surround these Pontic swordsmen and just get rid of them, get them out of the battlefield, so that way they can move to hopefully a better position and stop getting shot right in the side, given it is shield side, but they're going to be able to get a lot of kills. This is what slingers are meant for. They're meant to just pour as much ammo into troops as they possibly can. And with Balearic slingers, you really cannot go wrong with just shooting at anything possible. Great shots at these guys as they're running away. As they're running away, you're going to be able to shoot at their backs, where they're not nearly as defended as their shield side or their front side. So they're going to be able to get a lot of kills on these guys. But yeah, we got the Balearic slingers on the hill actually firing at this Thorax swordsman and just trying to do as much damage as possible. Over here, Pontus is doing a great job of holding a line. And we got another broken Celtic warrior unit. The archers are over here just harassing this location. They've taken a little bit of damage from both the Scorpion and the cavalry. Does the Scorpion still have ammo? The Scorpion isn't loaded. If it's out of ammo, okay, one of them is loaded, so it might still have ammo. I'm not sure how much, though. Hopefully they have plenty, because with only 66 kills, I would say if they end with only 66 kills, it was not worth it. But now the Oathsworn are in the fray against the Pontic swordsmen. The Oathsworn are going to take a little bit of friendly fire, but if they can break this Pontic swordsman and start moving further into the settlement, then that could be huge for the attackers, just to be able to start making some more ground. We've got more and more Celtic warriors starting to pour in, more and more Pontic swordsmen breaking against the might of Nervii and Bactria. So now that Nervii has kind of pushed in here, Pontus has decided to fall back just a little bit. with this Pontic Swordsman as well as his hoplite unit, just to be able to try and keep these towers shooting, and just try to get away from those side fire archer shots, because those archers are deadly. They're able to get a lot of kills, so they have to be very careful about that. Over here we got Pontic Swordsman countercharging a unit of Oathsworn with 136 kills so far, and continuing to rack it up, utilizing Headhunt to be able to try and rack up those kills. We've got a lot of ammo. We've got Thoreo Spears. We've got Balearic Slingers. I think these Balearic Slingers have got to be out of ammo at this point, right? I don't know. They don't have their daggers out. They still have ammo, and they have 307 kills. That is insane. Well done by Lusitani. Over here, we got Balearic Slingers with 21 kills so far. You know they still have plenty of ammo, and they're going to be able to get a lot of kills on these Oathsworn. But these Oathsworn only have 36 men left with 173 kills. They need to continue to put fire into them and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. This depleted Pontic Swordsman has fallen back to a slightly better position, so that way these Thoreo Spears as well as these Balearic Slingers can try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Looking over at the outside of the battlefield, we actually have another unit of Cappadocian Cavalry. It looks like they had tried to charge into something previously, but failed. They have 0 kills and 63 men remaining, but as long as there's still cavalry left, there's still hope. And we still got this small depleted cavalry unit over here, but just because they're small doesn't mean they're out of the fight. They should be able to push past some of the gaps in the enemy's lines, in their opponent's lines, and potentially get some of these archer fire or archers out of here. But they really need to make use of these Pontic archers, these mercenary Scythian horse archers. I'm hoping that they can send these guys in soon and start harassing their opponent yet again, because they could probably use it. The Balearic Slingers are doing a great job of getting a lot of kills, but they are going to continue to lose more and more men as the battle goes on. I'm not sure. There's a unit from Lusitani. We've got Veteran Shield Warriors. Did they just bring a lot of Veteran Shield Warriors? It looks like they might have just spammed them. So right now, Pontus is the one that's holding the front line with everything that they have. But will it be enough? They're able to get a lot of kills. We've got some Celtic Warriors in the front line fighting against the Pontic Swordsmen. These Slingers still somehow... Oh, this is a new unit of Slingers. This unit of Slingers has 113 kills. I'm trying to see where the other unit of Slingers is. I'm assuming that this unit of Slingers is probably out of ammo with 356 kills. Balearic Slingers, they do have their knives out, so they are out of ammo, but they are still bodies to be able to throw into the front line. Well done by Lusitani, getting so many kills with these guys. 2 chevrons. That is insane. Over here, we've got hoplites in the front line trying to hold off against some of these Bactrian Hillmen. We've got this unit of Bactrian Hillmen and then another unit of Bactrian Hillmen going into the front line. These Pontic Swordsmen have been spread out, spread thin like crazy, are getting completely surrounded by a unit of Bactrian Hillmen that is getting focused down by the Balearic Slingers up above. We still got the Thoreo Spears that are raining down as much ammo as they can into this unit of Bactrian Hillmen on the front line, but is it worth it? Is it worth using your Thoreo's ammo on Bactrian Hillmen? I don't know. If it's enough to be able to save some of your men, I suppose it could be. But yes, this Pontic Swordsman is crumbling slowly but surely. We've got a unit of Celtic Warriors charging into the hoplites, while the Bactrian Hillmen has moved to be able to engage with the Thoreo Spears. We've got the Balearic Slingers over here. They have their knives out. I'm wondering if they're out of ammo. I'm wondering if they're out of ammo. They have 180 kills so far. Are they going to go ahead and just try to get these guys out of dodge? Or are they going to send them into the fight and just try to get as many kills as they possibly can? Over here, we've got some more Iberian Slingers and Balearic Slingers starting to fall back. The Balearic Slingers, 21 kills. The Iberian Slingers have 0, but they have taken a beating, presumably from either the Bactrian Syrian archers or the Gallic Hunters. Either way, they need to go ahead and get these Slingers back, get them into a better position to be able to hopefully start doing as much damage against these forces as they can. They do still have their Scorpion. It looks like their Scorpion are raining fire onto some of these archers, just trying to get, as many kills as they possibly can on these Gallic Hunters and hopefully break them from the battlefield. The Gallic Hunters so far have 24 kills, 53 kills, 75 kills, and 26 kills. Just doing whatever they can to support the front line, but saving their ammo to try and melt these Veteran Shield Warriors, so that way their infantry doesn't have to deal with them. Over here, Pontus is using what little they have left as far as infantry. We can't see what what the defenders have over here in the back lines too much as of yet. We got the Lusitani Nobles, veteran shield warriors, but does Pontus have anything left? It's going to be rough, especially bringing Lusitani now. The points could be awesome, but if they are able to get a lot of range units up and go against your Lusitani army, it is going to be rough for you in the near future. We've got the Scorpions starting to fire on the Oathsworn, just trying to get as many kills on this more elite unit as they possibly can, but the Oathsworn is going to come completely around and go around the flank of these Thoreo Spears, trying to break them as soon as possible. We got a Pontic Swordsman unit over here fighting against a depleted Celtic Warrior unit, trying to get as many kills as they can and continue to hold the front line. The Hoplites are going to soon break, and the Thoreo Spears are going to soon break. I would almost reform your Pontic Swords to face front right here, have the tower continue to fire at you, or even face front right here, but fall back further up the hill. This is not a great place to hold, especially because the rest of your unit is falling. These Thoreo Spears are starting to break with 42 men remaining, 150 kills. They are not going to be able to hold on for much longer, and they are going to go ahead and fall back this Pontic Swordsman. They are going to take a little bit of fire from these Syrian archers, which have not even seen much in the way of battle, so they are going to go ahead and fall back, try to get to a better position, and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Lusitania has actually sent up a unit of their veteran shield warriors to be able to fight against this Oathsworn unit. Oathsworn unit has them outclassed, outskilled, and out-paymentified. But these veteran shield warriors should be able to hold off for for a decent amount of time, as long as they don't start taking too much in the way of archer fire. I can see a few arrows coming in, but not too much. It's whenever the sky gets darkened from those metal points that you have to be worried for the veteran shield warriors. They are going to go ahead and fall back from there, try to get away from those Oathsworn, get into a better position to be able to try and get as many kills on those Oathsworn as they possibly can. But they've already taken damage, so now they're going to go ahead and pop Battle Rhythm, get Battle Rhythm on them from that Lusitani general, and then go back into the fight to be able to try and get a little bit of extra kills from these Oathsworn. But the attackers have done an awesome job of saving their ammo. They still have a ton of ammo left and a huge opportunity to be able to absolutely decimate Lusitani's army with projectiles. Lusitani is going to go ahead and fall back with some Iberian slingers, with some Balearic slingers, their Iberian swordsmen, whatever they might have. Fall back to the courtyard and prepare to defend in the second tier. They are going to go ahead and try to hold up on top of here. They've got a unit of veteran shield warriors over here. I've not seen Pontus's cavalry anymore. I'm assuming that Pontus is falling back their cavalry either back to this gate over here or this gate over here, or if they really wanted to take the scenic route, this gate over here. I'm assuming they've sent back their cavalry to be able to come back and try to support Lusitani in any way, shape, or form that they possibly can. And Lusitani is certainly going to need that ranged support. The ranged capabilities that the attackers currently has the ability to just completely decimate Lusitani. And now these veteran shield warriors are starting to break with 46 kills. A 760 gold unit breaking with that little amount of kills. Of course, they were fighting against Oathsworn for most of it, but that is a sad sight to see indeed. If you're going to bring an elite army, you want every one of your guys to be able to get as many kills as they possibly can. Over here, Pontus is doing a great job of holding the line. They are taking a lot of archer fire, though. They're currently trying to fight against some of these Bactrian hillmen. We've got a unit of thorax swordsmen actually facing down towards the Pontus cavalry. The cavalry has been brought up to be able to try and get some good fire against maybe some of these archers over here, or some flanking fire, but the thorax swordsmen are front facing them to be able to make sure that they do not get shot in a place that they do not want to get shot. These Pontic swordsmen should win the fight against these Bactrian hillmen, but now that they are getting completely surrounded by the thorax swordsmen, and with that Pila volley, I fear that this is going to be the end of this Pontic swordsman. Pontus still does have cavalry, though, so do not count them out yet. And it looks like they still have a unit of Thoreo spears as well, so hopefully they'll be able to do some good work against the backstreet archers, which are just completely focusing fire on this Iberian swordsman unit. Usually, I would say you always want to get sword side shots, which they're doing over on this side, or flanking fire. But if you're firing anything against a faction like Lusitani, then honestly, you might as well just dump as much ammo as you possibly can. Lusitani has no armor whatsoever. They have 15 armor, which is nothing in Rome 2 Total War. So if you shoot them, or if you even look at them funny, they are going to fall, collapse, and become yet another landmark in an ever-changing battlefield. Over here, the Thoreus spearmen looks like they might actually be on fire at will. They have their projectiles ready to be able to fire, and I thought I heard, did I hear a gate coming down with oil? I don't know. These are Lusitani units that are coming through, and this gate is controlled by Lusitani, so they won't spill oil on them, but it almost sounded like they had, somebody was getting just absolutely oiled in the gates. I'm not sure what those archers were firing at. I think they might have still been firing at the retreating Iberian swordsmen. There's only 2 of them left, so you might as well save your fire and then fire at whatever else that you can. The Iberian Scorpion is still holding with 1 man left. They have broken, but they have lasted a lot longer than I had initially expected. These Thorax Swordsmen have 80 out of 160 men remaining. They're going to go ahead and move back over to this gatehouse and try and do whatever they can to capture it. They're going to take a couple of losses initially, but if they can successfully take out this gatehouse, that will be huge for the defenders. These cavalry are just taking so many losses trying to fight against these archers. I mean, I guess I'd rather have the archers fire at the cavalry than Lusitani and try to use up as much of the ammo from the archers as you can if you can't take them out with range capabilities, because they are currently outranged. But I mean, if they can, save that archer ammo. They're going to go ahead and focus the archer ammo on the Bactrian Hillmen and try to break them before they take out this arrow tower, and try to make sure that this arrow tower continues to fire at the enemy troops. I don't know if it was worth it. I would almost save all of the ammo that I possibly can with these horse archers and try to save it for the archer battle, because these archers are really what's going to turn the tide for the defenders in the archer battle. I mean, of course, Lusitani still has some of their Balearic slingers. Do these guys still have ammo? They don't have their knives out. Do the other ones still have ammo? Do you guys still have ammo? These guys still have ammo. They don't have their knives out. What about the other ones? Okay, so it looks like 3 of their range units still have ammo, so they can still do some good damage against opponents' archers. But if their opponents set up their archers here, or here, or here, wherever they can get a shot off without giving them an angle from those slingers, then they're going to be in trouble, then the defenders are going to be in trouble, because if the slingers don't have a direct angle on these archers, they're not going to be able to fire back, and the archers are just going to be able to wreak havoc on all of Lusitani's units. Now, Lusitani still has a lot of veteran shield warriors, a lot of more elite troops, so they can certainly do some really good work here and get a lot of kills. But it's those archers that the attackers have. It's that range capability that they need to be afraid of, because those range units are Lusitani's biggest weakness. And so far, the defenders haven't done... I don't think they've done enough on taking out these archers. And the attackers have done an awesome job of saving their ammo for this very moment, knowing that they're fighting against Lusitani, saving as much ammo as they possibly can to be able to just try and melt Lusitani's forces. And these mercenary Assyrian archers are going to be able to do just that. They're going to be able to do a lot of work and get a lot of kills. They are taking a little bit in the way of slinger fire currently. The veteran shield warriors are in a great angle for these Gallic hunters to be able to start firing at them. If they don't kite the archers and just try to keep moving back and forth to make sure that these archers can't get too many kills, then these archers are going to melt some units. And now the archers are returning fire on the Balearic slingers. The Balearic slingers are going to try to get the hell out of dodge. But there's a lot of arrow fire coming in, and they are extremely clumped up. Now, one of the Total War League rules is you can't have more than, I believe, what, 4 or 5 units inside the victory point at any one time. So Lusitani can't really just fall back most of the units over here. They might be able to fall back here. I'm not sure if this counts as the final points, but they just can't fall back a whole bunch of their units here to be able to keep the enemy archers from shooting at them. So they have to remember that. So right now they're doing everything in their power, staying in loose formation, staying as far away from each other as they possibly can to be able to try and minimize this fire to the best of their ability. We still have a unit of Pontic swordsmen in the front line fighting against a unit of thorax swordsmen. We've got Pila doing some great damage against both sides, turning a few Pontic swordsmen into human pincushions and causing stakes to pop up should the cavalry actually appear and run in. Realistically, if they ran into those stakes, it would hurt, but in this game it wouldn't. But great, it's a great little back and forth from Pontus and Bactria, and yeah, all of their archers are just completely focused over on this side, waiting for good opportunities to be able to just absolutely melt some of these troops. We've got a couple of units of fresh Celtic warriors still with pretty much full numbers moving up to the front line to be able to start to engage with Lusitani and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Lusitani is as far back as they can possibly go, trying to move back on this hill, trying to stay away from this archer fire and keep them from being able to get too many kills on them. Now might be a good opportunity for the Pontic cavalry. So the Pontic cavalry has actually come back through this gate, but if they had sent it all the way back around and over onto this side, the gate might have shot at them a little bit, but that cavalry could have potentially gotten a lot of kills on these Gallic hunters and minimized some of the fire going into them. But now we've got a lot of fire getting poured into the Lusitani nobles. They know that if they can kill the general of Lusitani, then it's over. Lusitani will fall and lose this battle. We've got a lot of fire coming in from some veteran shield warriors. Veteran shield warriors on the front line just trying to get as many kills as they possibly can. The loose formation being forced to become yet again another tight formation, and Lusitani is now engaged with those Celtic warriors. The archers are going to, archer fire is now going to go in and just melt, absolutely melt these veteran shield warriors. Do so much damage, and there's nothing that Lusitani can do about it. They just have to sit back, relax, and take it. Take it like a man. These Celtic warriors are starting to fall, but these veteran shield warriors are definitely crumbling as well from the sheer amount of archer fire that is going into them. Luckily, because they are engaged with their opponent, the archer fire is going to get a little bit in the way of friendly fire. So hopefully they're able to get a lot of kills on these Celtic warriors. And with the support of the veteran shield warriors firing in from behind them, oh, Bactria's got an awesome angle on these veteran shield warriors over here. These guys are going to fall and crumble like no other as well. These veteran shield warriors are still alive with 32 men remaining, but only with 63 kills. With the support of their forces down behind them, throwing as much Pila into them as they possibly can, as well as the slingers trying to get as many kills as they can. The veteran shield warriors have held for now. Now we've got the depleted unit of veteran shield warriors using all of their Pila, trying to get some great side fire in on some of these Oathsworn as well as the Thorax swordsmen and take out as many of their units as they possibly can. We've got a Pontic swordsman over here holding the front line, continuing to hold, trying to make it harder for their opponents to be able to get an angle on his ally Lusitani with those archers. We've got a unit of cavalry back in here. The unit of 63 Cappadocian cavalry is back, but now they're going to go ahead and look for another opportunity to be able to potentially get around their opponents and get as many kills as they possibly can. We got the Thereo spears with 2 kills going to go ahead and move in front of the Lusitani swordsmen, in front of those Iberian swordsmen, to be able to try to get as many kills as they possibly can. They're going to go ahead and charge in, try to catch these Thorax swordsmen off guard and just try to get as many kills as possible. But now we've got a lot of fire. We got the Bactrian Peltis and the Celtic Youth, both with range capability, now moving in to be able to try and get as much fire, as many kills on these Iberian swordsmen as they can. Luckily, it's the Iberian swordsmen taking the fire and not the veteran shield warriors. But these Thorax swordsmen have made, Thereo spears have made a mistake and showed their sword side to the archers. I mean, I would much rather the Thereo spears take this fire than the veteran shield warriors. But still a sad sight to see. They're definitely going to take a lot of losses from that sword side fire, and they are getting absolutely melted by the sheer amount of fire that is coming in from these Gallic Hunters. The Gallic Hunters are actually starting to break over here. We've got the cavalry moved in, doing a little bit of a circle formation, just trying to get as many kills as they possibly can, focusing fire on these troops and trying to stop them from being able to utilize their ammo. It looks like they've utilized a decent amount of their ammo on a decent amount of these archers. But yeah, great move by that cavalry, getting a decent amount of kills and just forcing these guys to stop firing there for a moment and giving Lusitani more time to be able to try and rack up more kills, as well as saving some of the Thoreo spears. Over here, the veteran shield warriors are fighting against the fierce swords. They still got 108 men remaining. These guys have 75 men remaining. They still have some troops remaining, but the archer fire is definitely giving them a hard time. The Pontic swordsmen are holding for as long as they possibly can with 101 kills so far, but how long will they be able to hold? Luckily, the Thorax swordsmen are starting to break, but these Pontic swordsmen are going to take a little bit of friendly fire from that Pila fire. Iberian swordsmen just trying to do whatever they can to support their ally, but they're definitely going to do a little bit of damage to their ally as well. Now we've got the next unit of Thorax swordsmen charging into the Pontic swords. I'm sure that the attackers are hoping that that is going to be the nail in the coffin for these troops. The Pontic swordsmen are going to go ahead and fall back, let the Iberian swordsmen utilize as much of their ammo as they possibly can, and get some great side fire on these Thorax swordsmen. Great move by Pontus, just trying to use this angle to the best of their ability. And now over here, we've got a fresh unit of veteran shield warriors in the fray, fighting against the Oathsworn General. We've got the General in the fray now. We've got some guerrilla swordsmen, and some of the Celtic U's, I can only assume, that are out of ammo. The mercenary Syrian archers are racking up as many kills as they possibly can. But will it be enough is the real question. The Gallic Hunters still having ammo. They still have all 4 of them. They may have broken one of the Hunters, but unfortunately they did not shatter them. And I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to send a unit of cavalry back here and come around and attack the archers from the flank. They could potentially go through this gap, go around this way, go up here, and then hit these archers. If they can get rid of those archers with that cavalry, that would be huge. I'm not quite sure what happened. We have a unit of guerrilla warriors? Where the hell did these guerrilla warriors come from? They went around the back trying to get into some of these Gallic Hunters. The Gallic Hunters have moved in to be able to fight against the guerrilla warriors. I don't know if they're out of ammo, but now they're actually fighting against the Celtic Giant Ballista as well. We've got a unit of Thoreo spears with 46 kills so far, just kind of hanging back, relaxing, enjoying the show. Will these guerrilla warriors be able to break this Celtic Giant Ballista in time? Or... oh, yep. Now they're going to go ahead and get into those Gallic Hunters. Get right into them. Stop them from being able to fire. They have 125 kills, so you know that they didn't have that much ammo left. But a great move, just trying to get rid of some of those archer capabilities. Guerrilla warriors trying to do whatever they can to save their men. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That's a timer going off for my laundry. Over on this side, we got the veteran shield warriors with 92 kills. Just taking an absolute beating from all of the range capabilities that are going into these troops. We've got a unit of Lusitani nobles. That's actually the general unit of Lusitani in the front line, ready to move in at a moment's notice, taking a lot of fire from these peltis, from these Thoreo spears, from everything that the attackers can possibly bring. Now we've got the archer cavalry, the Scythian horse archers. I think they still have ammo, but they're moving up to be able to try and get some fire over on some of these Gallic Hunters and stop their rain of fire. They're going to go ahead and move in their cavalry and just try to focus down some of these range capabilities and do as much damage as they can. Unfortunately for the defenders, the Thoreo spears are starting to break, but the Oathsworn have shown their butt for just a moment, so now these guys should hopefully be able to get a little bit of kills against these forces. The general trying to charge in, but the attacker's general is going to go ahead and fall back and get out of range. Now we've got the cavalry, the Scythian horse archers moving up, still with ammo, trying to get a good angle on some of these ranged forces. brought to you by the attackers. Over on this side, we've still got that unit of Pontic Swordsmen somehow still alive, somehow still holding, along with a unit of Balearic Slingers that is out of ammo. They're actually taking the fight to their opponents. We've got the cavalry coming in from behind, 43 men remaining, trying to get behind these forces and just get as many kills as possible, looking for a good opportunity to move in. We've got the general moved into the fray, 110 men remaining, fighting against the Oathsworn general with 113 men remaining. We've got a lot of archer fire and peltis fire going into the Lusitani general, but we do have some slinger fire going into the Oathsworn general as well, so it kind of evens it out a little bit. Who will be able to win the fight of the generals, both popping headhunt, both popping battle rhythm, pretty much at the same exact time, just trying to take out their opponent. They are relatively even on men remaining, 73 to 72 or 73 to 77. These guys are just duking it out, just trying to get as many kills as they possibly can. You guys know that I had to take a screenshot for this one as well. But now we've got the Iberian swordsmen in the fray. The cavalry was able to actually charge in and get rid of some more of these archers. We've got the Gallic hunters fighting against the Iberian swordsmen, the Bactrian Royal Guard fighting against the Iberian swordsmen, everything fighting against them. We've got the Oathsworn General beginning to break, beginning to shatter. They are broken, but so is the Lusitani Noble. The Lusitani Nobles are shaken. 39 men remaining, trying to charge into some more of these forces, get as many kills as they possibly can. We got the Bactrian general now moving in, trying to take out some of these forces. We got a Thoreo Spears holding off against an Iberian swordsman, a Balearic Slinger that is out of ammo. We've still got the mercenary Scythian horse archers with ammo left over. They're going to have to focus all of their fire on that Bactrian general and just try to take him out, so that way it'll cause mass losses for the attackers. But what is this battle, guys? This is insane. Now we've got the Iberian slingers starting to retreat while the Bactrian general continues to move up. The cavalry is focusing all of their fire on this general, trying to get as many kills as they possibly can. Do they have any melee troops other than this depleted Pontic swordsman left? These slingers still have ammo. The slingers do still have ammo. They still have an opportunity to be able to get some kills. They need to be able to utilize it on this Bactrian general, this Bactrian Royal Guard, because that is going to be the only way that they can kill him at this point. Now we've got the cavalry just continuously teasing this general. We've got a couple of units of Balearic Slingers over in the back lines with their swords out of ammo, just trying to continue to harass them. They're kind of doing a little twist and shout over here. The cavalry's going to go ahead and charge past the general, right into the archers, right into the peltis to try to keep them from being able to fire at all. The mercenary Scythian horse archers are getting caught up by a unit of Thoreo Spears, though. Now we've got the slingers actually firing into the Bactrian Royal Guard as well. Dude, these... Oh, does this cavalry still have ammo? If they do, they need to fire into this general and take him out. He is showing his butt. Everybody, fire into this general. It looks like these guys are out of ammo as well. Are these guys out of ammo? Do these archers have any ammo? What is going on? This cavalry getting a few kills, trying to take out a few different units, but it looks like they are going to fall at this time with 20 men remaining. They are going to crumble. Over here, we've got the unit of Cappadocian cavalry charging right into the archers, trying to take them out and force them off of the battlefield. They are being caught up by some Thoreo Spears, though. The Cappadocian cavalry are going to keep on pushing past and into these Syrian heavy archers to be able to try and take them out. We've got archer fire now going into their opponent's archers. If they can take out enough forces, maybe they can cause a mass break from the attackers as well. But now we've got the Balearic Slingers charging into the fray to be able to keep these archers from firing. These archers have their swords out. We've got another unit of archers in the fray charging into some of these archers, trying to cause them to break. They were breaking earlier, but now the cavalry is starting to break against the might of the archers. The Balearic Slingers are trying to do whatever they can to be able to weaken these forces. We still have the Bronze Shield Pikeman General unit. Wow, did not realize they need to send him right here. I'm thinking, right here, do these archers have any ammo? They have their swords out. I don't think they have any ammo left. They need to send this Bronze Shield Pikeman right here, hold the line, and then hold everything over onto this other side. Because no matter, I mean, you could potentially position him right here, but he's going to be really spread out, and I don't know if he'll be able to win this. We'll see. Now these Balearic Slingers are starting to get charged by some of the Thoreo Spears. The general is going to try and hold their position, but yeah, all they need to do is send their units behind. This isn't the victory point, right? No. No. This is the victory point. I'm fairly certain that this is the victory point. There's a star above that one. There's a star above that one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this is the victory point. But yeah, now the general is going to move in, try to get into these Thoreo Spears to try to get a few kills, but they're going to fall back. Honestly, it might have been good if they went in. This general unit really got out of position there. He just has to hold. But yeah, he needs to send his general unit back up here and reform with some of these forces. Because right now he is going to get completely surrounded, completely outflanked from above, and that's exactly what his opponent's going to do. They're going to send a bunch of troops over here, outflank this general. Of course, they still have some of these slingers left that have no ammo, just completely surrounding these forces, but yeah, the general has to get into a better position, which it looks like he is. He's going to go ahead and fall back to a little bit of a better position. There we go. Yeah, the general's going to go ahead and fall back. There's still going to be a gap. He needs to fall back these Pontic swordsmen right here to be able to close this gap and make sure that the general doesn't get surrounded. Because right now, the only thing that they can do is camp, especially if they have pikemen left over. I wouldn't waste your Pontic swordsmen like this. I would put them into that gap to be able to hold for as long as they possibly can and hopefully allow the general's side pikes to be able to continue to get kills while troops can try to continue to push over on that side. But it looks like the Pontic swordsmen are going to go ahead and get in there. They're going to go ahead and charge in there and try to keep this tower firing for as long as they possibly can. They're going to go ahead and form shield formation, but they are so weakened right now. I'm afraid that they won't last too much longer. 35 men remaining against 117. Of course, they do have the tower firing into all of these troops as well. But now we've got even more troops moving up. Now the general is going to go ahead and reform right here. I don't know what is going on with this general. He's kind of going a little crazy right now. But the general is going to go ahead and reform right over here, get into a slightly better position, and try to get some good kills against their opponents. What is the general doing? What is he doing? Yeah, just go back into a better position. You're going to get fired at from the tower. That's okay. But now the general's going to fall back. He's playing a game of cat and mouse against their opponents. I don't know what's going on right here. But yeah, we are watching a epic game of cat and mouse. The general's running back and forth, just trying to find a good way to be able to get some kills against their opponents. If they can get enough kills, they can cause army losses. But it's the same for them too. If they take too many losses, then they will take army losses. So we'll just have to wait and see who's going to win this fight. But let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit, because I don't think you guys want to sit here for 6 minutes while people try to figure out what to do. They're going to let the archer tower try to get as many kills as possible. Now we've got the slingers harassing the general. Got the Balearic Slingers actually moving up to burn down the tower. That is a great move. I wasn't even thinking about that. Moving up to burn down the tower and make sure that they can't get any fire in on that general and on any of their other forces as well. Tower's at 74% fire damage. Come on. They got to throw it a little bit more. There we go, 100%. Now run. Now they're going to go ahead and run away. The Bactrian general is going to chase them down. Do they have any more ammo? The Palatus had one volley, it looked like, left. Now we've got the cavalry unit actually charging into these units, trying to stall them for as long as they possibly can. We've got the Thoreo Spears trying to move up and maybe utilize this gap right here and get around the general, because that is probably going to be their best bet. That tower has completely burnt down, so it won't be able to continue to fire at the general. The general has taken 3 losses so far. Ooh, the slingers! Oh, the slingers barely missed getting caught by that unit, that Bactrian Royal Guard general. That could have been rough, but yeah, they're going to continue to run, trying to make sure that they don't take the army losses that the attackers need to be able to win this fight. We've got a couple of we got the archers still having a little bit of ammo. They're going to go ahead and focus everything they got. Don't turn around, just keep taking the fire. You are not in a good position. Or are they going to go ahead and fall back and put their back against the wall? That is all that I can think of that they would do. Yeah, now the pikemen are going to go into the fray and try to hold off these guys. These slingers aren't going to hold on for that long. The general's going to go and fall back, try to find a better position. I don't know why he moved. I was thinking that might have been the best position. If he's going to fall back like this, he needs to fall back right here to be able to try and protect his flank. But yeah, now I think he's messed up. I think he's really messed up, and he is, I think he might fall. I don't know. Because now, well, we got the cav that was going into the archers to be able to distract them. We got the slingers actually breaking a unit of mercenary Syrian archers, trying to move into this general and take him out. The general is slowly but surely poking away at some of these peltists and at some of these units, just trying to do as much damage as possible. This tower was doing some damage, but now that the Rail Spears are going around to recapture it and try to keep them from being able to take it. The Bronze Shield Pikemen are still taking some archer fire. We've got some Thoreo Spears chasing down the Balearic Slingers. Oh my god, dude, this is an insane game of cat and mouse. Now we got the general repositioning. Now all the attackers have to do is take this position and then just play ring around the rosy with the general. The general just needs to go back here, put his back against these walls, and hope that his general has the guts to be able to win this battle. But I don't know. Now they're going to go ahead and charge in to the battle without their pikes in. They're going to go ahead and reform their pikes, but they're probably going to take a lot of losses from that as well. We've got the slingers just trying to do whatever they can to be able to get some kills over in the background, but they are starting to fall slowly but surely, and I am fairly certain that this is going to be an attacker's victory by the skin of their teeth. Well done, guys. Let's go ahead and end the replay and look at the kills here. So we've got Bupathi being in top kills for this battle, Raifu being second place, Chairman being third place, and then Ruvak being fourth place. We've got Bupathi playing as Bacteria with 2,443 kills. We've got 232, 140, 132, 144, 118, 157, 101, 104, 121, 120, 112, 175, 235, 190, 109. We've got Raifu. Holy shit, those slinger kills, dude. 110, 102, 293, 366, 183, 103, 100, 129, 121, 169 giggity. We got Chairman Mao with 1,756 kills. We've got 125. We've got 195, 130, 205, 176, and last but certainly not least, we've got Ruvak with 1,710 kills. We've got 122, 123, 127, 103, 121, 164, and 156. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Season 8's trailer is out. I'll leave a link down in the description below. So make sure you guys get in the Total War League Siege Discord, get your teams together, and sign up. I will try and be in this season as well as a player, and I will definitely be making content in this upcoming season as well. Hope to see you guys on the battlefield. Love ya, and I'll see you soon. Peace.